Well, I mean, I would love for you to tell me anything that you know about Natchez, about the mound and the people.
Now, for this area right here, the Natchez Indians were here.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we have so much good history is because Duprat, he was commissioned by the King of France and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He did all of that. He recorded all of that.
Duprat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he do the archaeology on the mound as well, or? Okay.
The native, this area right here would be where the king or the chief would live.
Okay, that's what they on the mound, right?
And these mounds were strictly ceremonial.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't burial mounds.
Right, they weren't burial mounds.
Okay.
Ceremonial. So they believed in 13 moons. So every new moon,
Mm-hmm.
whatever was plentiful at that time of the year, they would come here and cook it up so many different ways and just celebrate like we do at our holidays.
Right. It was us, I'm sure.
Every month they have a celebration.
Right, like us. We'll find something. You know, my family, we would do that.
Yeah, we like to celebrate.
Yeah.
Family get-togethers.
Yeah. And so you said that they were religious people that had 13 moons, but they were.
Now you want this right here.
Okay.
See, their year will start in March. This would be the first moon. They would start there.
And right.
So that's March, April, May, June, and 1 month. I think last year was around August. Have 2 new moons. So right now that's October, and that one was plentiful, and that's what they would cook up so many different ways, and just everybody from all around would come and they would eat and dance and celebrate.
Now, just to be factual, you know that is the correct calendar, because the way a calendar works is a month is a month. So a moon cycle is 28 days. So
they didn't go by all that.
But actually, this is what they're doing.
Pretty accurate.
They're pretty accurate, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They're accurate. They're more accurate than we are today. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. You show right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so they're doing it. They were actually doing it the right way, and it's still a solar calendar because they were using agriculture. So they were depending on the sun, but they accurately used the moon.
Yes.
Cycle, which is 28 days.
Yes.
But yeah.
It.
Yeah, and that's the way that
They were pretty smart.
They were pretty.
They were pretty smart.
They were definitely pretty smart. People ask me, so what do you do? What do you do? Like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? I do what I want. If your mind is the center of divine operations, you can get everything you want, but you gotta practice. The kingdom of heaven is within. Until you become one with the Son. I do what I want. And to build a structure like this, which is 8 acres,
and then they weren't mandatory to do it.
Right.
They just willingly did it.
Right.
And the only reason why the one that you got to go see on the Emerald Mound on the Natchez Trace is where the Natchez was, and it's the second largest in the United States.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The Cahokia is the largest, and we're number 2.
Right. I went to Poverty Point.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Impressive.
It is. Nice.
And we are owned by the Mississippi Department of Archives and History.
Mm-hmm.
And we have another site further north, like Greenville. It's called Winterville, and it has about 12 mounds on it.
12 mounds?
Mm-hmm. So we have 3, but they have uncovered 2 more. Back in time, we had a total of 6 on this site.
Really? 6 mounds.
And the main house would have been the great son's house, and the other one was the Temple Mound, their religious belief.
The Temple Mount.
This is another one you need to capture. This is what it looked like around about 1720. This is a panoramic view.
Okay.
That's 1725.
1725. We're talking about the French now. This would be the French.
And then this has changed so much. The creek, St. Catherine Creek, kind of runs all through the city.
Right.
And so that's what's right there behind them. That's St. Catherine Creek.
Okay, but it's moving now.
But it's
way
quite a bit out.
Right.
Okay. It's quite a bit. And see, this would be the Temple Mound right here.
The bigger one. Oh,
that's the Great Sun's Mound.
Okay, that's where you see the picture.
This is your religious belief.
Okay.
Your Temple Mound.
Yeah.
And what they did was, if their great son passed away, they would bury him temporarily in the great son's mound. Later on, dig him back up, remove any flesh that was left on his bones, take his bones and put them in a basket and maintain them in the Temple Mound.
And the Temple Mount.
That's how they did it.
Okay.
Now,
And it's a city though. Like you can see that surrounding it. There's houses and there's like plots for like agriculture, like crops.
that's what they did. They sure did. They were famously known for beans and squash,
Right. And this is 1000 AD, right, up until 1700. It's not didn't just start.
Right.
The French came right. It's been around for 1,000 years.
They had excavated. They
Christ.
got some things that they found. You see how they got some of them. The archaeologists dated them back.
Right. Now, how do because
and these are from like in the late 80s.
Right. Okay. Right. The modern.
And then see how you get your picture, so you can identify them. Is what native tribe made those baskets. Like the alligator, it would be Coshada.
So they have Cherokee all the way up here.
Right. The Cherokee was in this area. The Creek, the Seminoles. The Choctaws, Chickasaws,
Choctaw, Chickasaw,
They were all.
Chimitamachi.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah, because I want to show you because actually this all works into what I'm trying to prove.
Oh, you're working on a thesis.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So this is like wonderful and
Good.
this is 8 acres. We on top of 8 acres. Of course, 8 acres is a huge plot, so they got a gift shop, a museum, parking lot, golf course, everything on top of this 8 acres. But this is the mound. Now, I can tell you about the area. Of course, this is Mississippi. We are in a swamp. Know it for a fact. This is Mississippi. We are 8 acres wide, but we are 3 feet up, plus another 20 feet for this large mound. Now, this is the King's Mound, and again, we have to assume that the people that the French saw here in 1700 or the Salle met in 1650, that they are actually the people who built it. We're going to just assume that. Okay? We're going to assume that. So the reason why we're going to assume that is because they assumed that. So we just want to play along right quick. So they assumed that this is the people that built this. And the reason why they assumed that is because they were still here or occupying this as a ceremonial mound. The person that lived here is the king. Great Son's Mound, hereditary chief of the Natchez tribe, which is actually a confederation of 3 tribes. They didn't tell us that, but hosted during the period of French colonization in Natchez. And that's because they witnessed it. They saw a person living on top of a mound. And over here, on this mound, was the ceremony, as the Lord explained to us. So, this mound. Do you see the shape of a woman on this mound? No. What about this mound over there? You can see the shape of a woman. I can. I'm that type of guy. But there's the ramp. And notice that it would be facing west if there was a ramp. See, I'm assuming here is the ramp. Or where a ramp would have been based upon this indentation and based upon that it's going west. See, the sun sets in the west, so therefore it rises in the east, right? So you want the sun to rise over your ceremonial thing. Sun sets in the west, and they were aware of that. Like the lady mentioned, they had a perfect calendar. How did they get that? They didn't get it from a European book. Nope. They had already developed that conflict with the French. I mean, the conflict is that the French don't have nothing and they want what they got. Let's see. Why am I showing this? I don't know. What is this? What is this? This mound C. So here's a good look at the ceremony. Okay. I mean, see, it could be a person, please. It could be a person. So this is west over here, I'm sorry. See how it's facing west? This is west. Sun, west, east. I mean west, east. So to the rising sun. And the historic plaza. Come out here, see the king, see the priest. It's just in person. Of course. And that's what. See, I can already see some. They don't like me. I get it. But there is no need. Temple Mount. Not the Temple Mount. The Temple Mount. Temple building. Which was religious core of southeastern man building chieftains, which was set upon. Sacred props in his hands out of temple building along with the sacred objects and the bones of past chiefs. This mound was first described by Iberville in 1700. Like the Great Sun's Mound, this mound was built in 4 stages. It's a mound of pregnant women. It's a mound of belly. And then as you become more advanced, you take that belly and you make it into a human. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But the belly stays flat, stays pregnant. Right? I mean, what are you celebrating if you're not celebrating life, cuz? I mean, what's the party about? Jesus is your brother until he becomes on the road again. Welcome. Head down the room. There is no God but God. There is no God but God. There is no God but God. I am connected to the source of all things. Everything and everybody is me. I am connected to the source of all things. There is no God but God. Everything and everybody is me. All praises be to the King of Kings, Queen of Queens, and the Lord our God is wonderful. I am our God is wonderful. Hallelujah. I am the ceremony. The ceremony. I am. So, you could just imagine, this is like one of the highest points in Louisiana. This is the second largest mound in the country. Because this is a mound on top of another mound. This whole thing is a mound. Don't get it confused. All these houses, all this is on top of a mound. This is a mound on a mound. Trust me. So how many thousands of years till you get trees? And they said 1000 AD. So that's at least 3,000 years ago. Know that. Know that. Know that. In the beginning, it was us. We were a religion. Right? There's no God but God. There's nowhere God is not. Let's get to it. Right, Black Ash. Welcome home.